there and welcome back to another Dragon Prince video. And recently, in preparation for the release of Season 4 of Dragon Prince, we saw the release of yet another teaser trailer, with some clips that we've already seen in our previous previews, and some that we've never actually seen before. So yeah, I think I can speak for everybody in the world when I say, repeated clips. And yeah, whatever, I know I'm being entitled and no, I'm not apologising. I'll be greedy if I want, but regardless, that's what we're going to be looking at today. Especially since it seems to have had a pretty good reception within the fanbase itself, and has spawned a whole lot of new questions, theories, and discussions. And so, with all that being said, it's time to actually jump into the video. Okay, so the teaser opens on a bunch of older clips, stuff that we've already seen before. And not just in previews, but actually just stuff from previous seasons. And yeah, there really is a lot of that stuff, which is a bit... Like, I get why they had so much of it in here, but at the same time, I've never really felt like it's a good look when franchises do this kind of thing. People want to see things when they come to watch a trailer. I don't think they want a recap of things that have already happened in the show. That kind of stuff belongs in the montage at the start of the debut episode of a season to make sure everybody's up to speed. Not in a trailer, please. But anyway, that's what we get. We have Zim hatching from his egg and thus bringing new hope for peace between the human kingdoms and the elves/dragons. We see the bond that had formed between Zim and Ezran and how they've become best buds. The future kings that will unite the human realms with the magical realm of Xadia just through the power of friendship. How sweet. We have a shot of Zim flying around and of the Dragon Queen announcing a new age of peace after she's reunited with her son. We have the old interactions between Viren and Erebos, reminding us of what a corrupting influence he became on Viren, and how he got him to wage war on Xadia itself, of how the elves and the rebel humans united to fight him alongside the dragons, how Rayla knocked him off a cliff to his supposed death. Well, not supposed death. He was very dead. About as dead as you can get in a world where dark magic can bring you back to life. Kasplat. We have Claudia and Callum doing their magical thing, and the dragons wiping out a big part of Viren's old army, before we cut to the new stuff at last. Although, I gotta wonder, we have a voiceover of Claudia talking about how it's been over 2 years since she last saw, well, clearly she's talking about Viren after his resurrection. But I did find it curious that they overlaid that line over Zim hatching. Wonder how fast dragons grow in this world. Is he going to be a bit bigger now? And how big feels realistic? Horse size? A little bigger? A little smaller maybe? Kinda hope he's rideable if I'm being honest. That would be fun. And will he be able to talk? That's another thing this has got me curious about. Is he going to be a plot device still, or an actual proper character who communicates his thoughts and pushes the story forward with his decisions? I think I'd like to see him be an actual character with agency within the story, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, the new things, and yes, some of these are repeats of previous scenes that we've seen released already, but screw it, I'm going to talk about them anyway, because why not? May as well. So here we go. We have a shot of Callum using magic as he walks into a room, looking like he's on guard, like he thinks he might be in danger or something's gone wrong here. And I can't recall if I've seen this shot before. And if I have, I've probably forgotten, but I can't really recall the context. But regardless, I'm thinking it's probably just a misdirect. Nothing's going to be wrong, and everything's going to be fine. Moving on, we then see Ezran, who's looking more and more like his father these days, which, gets me right in the feels. And honestly, the kid's looking like a bit of a Chad right here. Like father, like son, hell. I'm really hoping he has a much more prominent role this season. Not that I'd say he's lacked focus previously, but I think him starting to take more of an active role will be exciting to see, whether that's through fighting in battles or just ruling the kingdom. And at the same time, I also hope he doesn't end up homeless again. Kid has earned his castle and he's earned his kingdom. Let's hope it doesn't all get stripped away. And I think it would actually be nice for them to sort of have a home base, somewhere they can plan their missions and acts as a bit of an anchor for the story. They've already done their big travel arc in the last couple of seasons. That can be their Avatar: The Last Airbender phase. But now I'm ready for the Legend of Korra phase. An air temple island for them to use as their home base. And what better place than a massive castle that is inherited? We then see Ezran comforting his brother, presumably about Rayla's absence. Yeah, good brother. But then also, I can't help but chuckle about this sort of thing sometimes. Ezran's probably just thinking, listen man, I get it. She ghosted you, and that sucks. But shit happens. It's been years, and we literally have a kingdom to run. Get your head in the game. Also, I did think it was quite interesting that his crown was silver instead of his dad's golden one. Wonder why it changed. Maybe he feels lesser than his father? Maybe to show that he's junior, like he hasn't quite earned his golden crown yet? We go on to see that Soren's got a new cut in 5 o'clock shadow, and nothing really to say about it, other than I can already smell the thirst posts from here. We then get another look at the Sun Elf proposal ritual, where Amaya's about to beat the shit out of those poor, unsuspecting dancers. Once again, probably not the best idea to try and surprise a trained soldier who's used to fighting off random ambushes, random attempts on her life. But then we get to the real meaty part of the teaser. Callum holding one of Rayla's swords and, well, acting upset. And I've seen heaps of discussion around this, speculating about what it could mean and where she is. But honestly, to me, it also seems like a bit of a misdirect. This really isn't telling us anything other than he finds her sword. I think it'll be something that actually happens quite early on, and much earlier than you'd expect. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this makes him think that she is actually dead, and thus he stops trying to find her, thinking she's truly gone. But of course, that isn't actually true, because could you imagine if they had gone and killed her off screen? Woohoo! At that point, just log out of Netflix and go to sleep, because this show's finished. But anyway, moving on, we then finish off the teaser with an ominous line of Erebos saying that his return is inevitable. And it's like, yeah, sure. We get it, mate. You're a generic evil villain, but nobody's here for you. We're here for the star-crossed romance, so shuffle on. Go home. So yeah, that's the end of the teaser. Still feel a little bit disappointed I didn't get more, but it also has me super hyped for the release. So I guess it did do its job perfectly. But anyway, with all that being said, these were just my opinions, and now I'd like to hear yours. What did you think of the trailer? Do you have any theories or speculations based on what we saw? I'm curious for your thoughts, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know.